So I recently got a chance to watch the 2026 Clash, and I've been trying to make this video for a while now, because I've been thinking about who makes it in very profusely. And shout out to Ryan Priest for winning the event as well at the Clash. He's shown some great improvements lately. But that also got me thinking, who is going to make the 2026 NASCAR chase? Because we've already seen what some of the drivers could do. We've seen their potential. Now it's time for me to rank them. So with that said, these are my opinions on the 2026 NASCAR Chase for the Cup. Enjoy. Now let's start with the obvious ones, the ones that it would take a terrible season to derail, the ones that are basically guaranteed. And we're going to start with Hendrick Motorsports. Larson, Byron, shoe-ins. Elliott, not as much consistency anymore. He's a silver spoon boy. I do not care what you say, Georgia fans. Chase Elliott is not a good NASCAR driver. I mean, he's good, but he just hasn't lived up to his expectations. Nonetheless, he is still going to make the chase, unfortunately, because he's always that consistent guy who squeaks out 1 to 2 wins every season. Kind of like Kurt Busch. But then there's the fourth driver, Alex Bowman. And while he doesn't have nearly as much winning consistency as, say, Byron or Larson, and he certainly doesn't have as much consistency in general as Elliott, he's still a shoo-in. Alex Bowman has consistency. He's just not as consistent as his teammates. Nonetheless, he might be able to squeak off 1 or 2 wins occasionally, and his consistency overall will allow him to make the field. He might be one of the last ones on points to make it, like 12th, 13th, 14th. I doubt he'll be 15th or 16th, but he's still a shoo-in. Don't count out the underdogs just because their teammates are better. That said, let's head over to Joe Gibbs Racing. Byron, Hamlin, Bell, shoo-ins. I don't need to explain them. Ty Gibbs. Now call me crazy for this, but was Ty Gibbs not in the lead for a few laps at the Clash? Was he not running well in the Clash? He was actually trying, and he was actually fighting with his teammate Chase Briscoe for the lead at one point. Ty Gibbs has skill. He was rushed up to the Cup Series too early, but he definitely has skill, and he's getting used to the Cup car. Call me crazy, but I think Ty Gibbs is making it in the field. So that's already half the spots. Who else is in? Well, we can't forget about Powerhouse Penske. Blaney, shoo-in. Joey Logano. I don't understand why nobody is putting Joey Logano in the chase. Y'all understand he has consistency, right? Y'all understand he has wins, right? Y'all understand he's able to consistently click off more than 1 win per season, right? Say what you will, but Joey Logano has about in-between consistency between Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman. I don't care what you say. I'm not the biggest Joey Logano fan myself, but you gotta look at the statistics. He's a shoo-in. Come on, man. However, somebody without statistics on the Penske team is Austin Cindric. He is decent. He has just lower skill in terms of consistency than Alex Bowman. He'll probably be one of the first ones out, but I do not see Austin Cindric making it in the chase. I'm so sorry to break the 2 Austin Cindric fans' hearts. So that's 10 drivers? We have 6 more? Well, obviously, we can't forget about Tyler Reddick. Oh my gosh, what did I just say? Tyler Reddick. We can't forget about Tyler Reddick. He's a shoo-in. He has such good consistency. He's made the Final 4 before. Count him in. Trackhouse. Ross Chastain. Shoo-in. That's 12. And now here's a bold take. Connor Zilisch in the 88. Some people are putting him as wild cards. I'm going to put him as a wild card as well. I think he's a very, very good driver. And based on what I've seen, he's not just dominant on road courses. He's not like Shane Van Gisbergen. If he gets this figured out, he will be a Cup Series champion at one point. Mark my words on that. But the lack of consistency at ovals is exactly why I'm not putting Shane Van Gisbergen on here. Now, if this was a full fantasy season of, say, road courses, Shane Van Gisbergen wins the title, no problem. But it's not. Road courses are getting taken off poco a poco, little by little, bit by bit. And Shane Van Gisbergen is not going to make the chase. I'm sorry. He's getting better, though, you gotta admit. So what is that? 11, 12, 13 drivers? We need 3 more? Okay. Give me Chris Buescher. He's very consistent. I know he didn't make the playoffs last year along with all of RFK, but he's definitely somebody to look out for. He's been able to click off wins. He's been able to do good. I think he'll easily make it in. I really do. I think it's another one of those shoe-in cases, and maybe he just had an off season. Chris Buescher has the consistency to make it to the round of 8. It's just things did not go his way last season. Simple as that. He's definitely somebody you need to watch. Now it's time for 2 underdog picks. And believe it or not, I know Brad Keselowski's still on this list. He just doesn't have consistency. He's getting old. He doesn't have his speed. I know Ryan Preece is on this list. He's getting better, but he's not there yet. Or at least he hasn't proven it yet. I know Kyle Busch is on this list. I know Bubba Wallace is on this list. I know Michael McDowell is on this list. But give me Carson Hocevar. Man, did you see what he did at, I think it was the Coke 600, before he had a blown engine? He almost won the whole race. Did you see what happened at Atlanta before NASCAR decided that was a good week to throw the caution instead of Daytona? He almost won the race, and he might have had they not even thrown the caution. The problem with Carson Hocevar is consistency and cool. He needs to learn to keep his cool, calm, and collected. He needs to keep it cool. If he can do that and not take out other drivers and not take out himself and not get penalties from NASCAR for revving the tires up when he's on a tow truck, still seems like a worthless penalty, but, you know. And if his team is able to get that consistency, Carson Hocevar is going to be the 15th driver in the chase. Hear me out here. And now the 16th driver. Nobody has said this driver. I'm surprised nobody has said this driver. They were a perennial round of 8 candidate last year until the round of 16 had horrible luck. That spoiled it all, I know. Give me Josh Berry. I do not care what you say about Josh Berry's season. His whole season was capped off by inconsistency. If he and his team can get it together. Because, look at this. Las Vegas, right? I think that's the race he won at. He's good. He wins at that. He dominates. New Hampshire, the race after he got eliminated from the round of 16, tragically, with like no top 35 finishes in one of the worst all-time playoff runs ever. The race after that, he goes and has second. He gets second place behind Ryan Blaney, and it was a thriller to the end. Josh Berry has a few things going on. His age, he's able to keep it cool, calm, and collected. He doesn't let mentality get down on him. He doesn't let bad runs get down on him. He just keeps trucking and goes on. If he can get his consistency together, he will be the last one on here. And he will definitely probably be higher than the last one on here. Josh Berry had potential to make it to the round of 8, and it showed at New Hampshire. And then look at Darlington before he wrecked. Both Darlington races, actually. Both before he wrecked, he was running, I believe, top 5 in the throwback week Darlington. And then round 1, he qualified 3rd. So he definitely had potential to make it to the round of 8, based on 1 win. Josh Berry is one of the most underrated drivers in NASCAR, and I don't understand why nobody thinks he's going to make it. He's a shoo-in. You just don't see it yet. Mark my words, y'all will be coming back to this video when the playoff starts, and I will be laughing in your faces when Josh Berry makes it. That's my quote. So hey, Editor Hayden here. I forgot to mention this in the video, but Josh Berry dominated the last chance qualifier, winning, I believe, 58 of the 64 laps. This definitely shows he's not just some random wannabe who can't drive. He is better than most of the mid-packers. If he can just get it together, then he will for sure be a perennial title contender. So to recap, we have, for the 16-driver field, we have Larson, Byron, Elliott, Bowman, Hamlin, Bell, Briscoe, Gibbs, Blaney, Logano, Reddick, Chastain, Zilich, Buescher, Hocevar, and Berry. That is my 16-driver field. It's a dream come true if it happens perfectly. But you know, I just have that feeling things are going to go well this season for Carson Hocevar and Josh Berry. Just you wait. That is my 2026 Chase predictions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the playoffs.